What is up, everybody out there? Welcome to another fresh take. I got T with me.
Hey there, fools. What's going on?
Okay, now, as y'all know, we got a Black Panther trailer, and that's what me and T are going to be discussing today, giving you our thoughts on that trailer, on that teaser trailer that released. Now, we would have done this earlier, but there was a little something called E3 that got in the way of that. But we're able to do this now, so we're just going to jump right into it. And Black Panther is going to be releasing on February 16th of 2018. It is you saw him, he got introduced in Captain America Civil War. If you have not watched that movie, what the hell is wrong with you? You should watch that movie. It's a great movie. And it gives you that introduction of T'Challa, the now king of Wakanda. And this movie is going to be following him after the events of Civil War, going back to Wakanda and having to try to unify Wakanda after the death of his father, T'Chaka. Was that a good enough synopsis, man?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. Let's get into what we liked about this trailer, because there was a lot to like in a minute and 53 seconds. I think. Number one, if you are one of those people who said Luke Cage was too urban, don't go watch this movie. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Please don't go watch this movie, because there are a lot of A-list, B-list, C-list, D-list. If you're a black actor and you ain't having no work, hell, if you're a black actor and you had work, you're probably in this movie.
Now, if urban to you means like, slang, hip hoppy type stuff, that won't be an issue in this movie. This is Africa. This is like, cultural Africa stuff. So would you say urban to you means black? Then there's some urban in this movie, son.
Yeah, your head will explode. Let's just put it like so. And that's one of the things that I have to say about this movie. They did a very good job, because I actually read the Black Panther comic now, and they did a good job of bringing what Ta-Nehisi Coates, and I forgot who the artist is on that, because they changed them, but it looks like it looks in that comic. From the designs of the buildings to some of the clothing, things of that nature, it looks like it just came out of that comic. So I'm actually kind of hyped to see that aspect of it. We do get to see a lot of the Dora Milaje, and I hope I'm saying this right, because it's kind of hard to pronounce stuff correctly until you hear it the first time. But they are the all-female bodyguard of the king of Wakanda and the royal family of Wakanda. And we know Denai Guerrero, Michonne from The Walking Dead, she's in the trailer. Actually has a little fight in there. And Lupita Nyong'o, very talented actress. She's also one of the members. We get to see them in the trailer as well. Also, we get to see the villain Ulysses Claw, who was in Avengers Age of Ultron, reprise his role from that. And the funny thing about it, when the trailer starts off, it is Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman, Gollum and Bilbo.
That's so weird, right?
And Gollum is leading Bilbo to Wakanda. Let that sink in.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but I can't take credit for that, because I didn't catch it at first. I was on Twitter and somebody brought it up, and I'm like, I did not notice that. And then I noticed, I'm like, oh my God, that is exactly what that is.
Yeah, I'm watching that opening of the trailer. I'm like, what is so weird about this? Something is very strange about this shot, and I don't know what it is. And it took me a minute. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can't wait for that meeting with Dr. Strange.
Seriously. Oh my God. I just watched it again last night, actually.
Yeah, so that whole, because it's a nice little 30-second opening where you have Claw talking about how talking about Wakanda, talking about they call it El Dorado and all that. Because if you know anything about Wakanda from the comics, it is sitting on a vibranium mountain, not a mound, a mountain of vibranium. And the way Wakanda is set up, all of their capital cities are hidden. Like they have like more than one, not capital cities, but their big cities are hidden. The outlying places are all like villages and tribes. You know, it looks very like third world country-ish until you go into them cities.
Right.
And if you make it into the cities, then you see stuff that, you know, will make your jaw drop.
City of Singe type of stuff. Like, oh, this is some hidden, basically, like you said, El Dorado stuff going on in here.
Yeah, and let me ask you this: what did you think about the visuals? What they did show visually from the trailer?
It was perfection. I was surprised because they start with that little, quiet opening or whatever. You think they're just kind of tiny little teases here and there, and then they blow it open with that shot, like of the waterfall and like, wow, that was, from what I remember, that's pretty much right out of the comics.
Yeah.
So
it is hidden behind that waterfall.
I haven't read the comics in quite some time, but from from my memory, that was like right out of it, and I was like, they are going there, like, because I remember, like, the rumblings of Wesley Snipes doing it back in the late '90s or whatever. And I was like, they weren't going to do all that stuff. There's no way they would put the budget together to put,
Oh no, because I think the budget for this was at 130 mil or something like that.
Right. They didn't have that kind of money back then to do it, I don't think. So while I was excited to hear, to see Wesley Snipes maybe do it, I'm glad they kind of waited and, to where they can actually put the money behind it and do Wakanda justice, So it was glorious, man.
Now, another thing that they did show, like, if you are a fan of the comics and you are a fan of the world, they did show a couple of characters that you might have noticed. They showed Michael B. Jordan's Eric Killmonger. It's gonna be interesting to see Creed as a bad guy.
I know, right? It's gonna be so weird. Like, because has he ever been bad in any movies?
Like, I don't think so. He's always been
right?
kind of like the good guy. So
yeah, even in like what's the that little superheroes indie movie he did?
Chronicle.
What is it? Chronicle?
Yeah, it was Chronicle.
Yeah, like even in that, he was like the voice of reason. So it's gonna be weird to see him as a bad guy.
But I have to say, he does kind of look like, if you look at Killmonger in the comics, he kind of looks like him. He doesn't have the full dreads, but that's because he probably didn't have time to grow his hair out like that.
Right.
Because like in the comic, he has a full dread, like it's halfway down his back. But
I think they might have done that. I think they could have done it. I mean, obviously wigs and whatnot. Wigs are pretty good these days. But I think they didn't do it because of a certain man ape. Maybe they didn't want to confuse people.
Yeah, because they do have Winston Duke, and he is playing M'Baku, the man ape.
Right.
But I have to say something. They showed his tribe. Them dudes are all big.
Yeah, they are big.
They are not M'Baku.
It ain't just him.
Yeah, because at first I'm like, okay, they're just gonna have, because most time when you see M'Baku in the comics, he's by himself. We know he has a tribe, but he's by himself because he's a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy. He's more of like a douche.
Yeah, he's like Groose from from Zelda Skyward Sword. He
wants to be in charge.
He wants to be the guy.
He's not really, like I said, he's not really a bad guy. He's just, I want to be in charge. I'm stronger than you. I should be in charge type deal.
Exactly.
He's really not that intelligent, but
no.
But that being said, this is the first time that I actually got a good look at like his tribe. I mean, you see them dudes, and you're like, okay, I can see how they could be a problem.
Yeah.
I can really see how they could be, because you got to remember, everybody in Wakanda knows how to fight.
Right, everybody.
It's not just like
babies and everybody.
No, everybody, and you would think that you would be able to take them out because all they're fighting with is spears and swords. Run up on them. Please make the mistake of running up on them with a gun.
Do that.
It ain't gonna end well for you.
You are out. You're already outmatched.
Because most of their armor and weapons are pretty much vibranium. Just because it ain't black don't mean it ain't vibranium.
Right.
But that's one thing you probably want to know. Other than that, man, they showed her with the white hair, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Angela Bassett. It's like it's a blink and you miss it.
Yeah,
but she's damned if she didn't look like Storm.
I saw her though. The first time.
Did she or did she not look like Storm?
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. I was like, this is why she should have been Storm.
I'm sitting there like,
you saw it.
I'm like, It's like 2 seconds.
Yes.
But I'm like, I'm gonna be in that theater like, I hate you, 20th Century Fox. I hate you.
Like, oh my gosh.
There is Storm is right there. And
right there.
She's gonna be playing Romana, who is T'Challa's mom. Now she was one of the members of the Dora Milaje, but she was like one of the best ones pretty much ever. So I'm wondering if she's gonna have any kind of actually. I assume she is gonna have some kind of sequence. I'm hoping.
Yeah, she's got to.
Yeah, because the what they
you don't hire
is,
Angela Bassett and not do nothing with her.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, because the scene that they showed her in, she was surrounded. It was her, Lupita Nyong'o's character, and
something's going down right there.
Martin Freeman's character. They were all surrounded. So
yeah,
I'm hoping we actually get to see her like, okay, I'm the wrong one to play with type situation. The other thing that I have to say that I did enjoy looking at it from that perspective is I like that Ryan Coogler is the director of this. Because if you watch Creed, it's a certain way he likes to film and a certain way he likes to film the action that actually kind of puts you in it.
Makes it more visceral, yeah.
Yeah. And I liked the couple of scenes that they showed like that because there's a scene where T'Challa and Killmonger are in that pond or whatever.
Yeah.
Fighting and you see the way the camera moves around it. There's a scene in something that looks like a casino where Okoye, one of the Dora Milaje, is fighting with a spear, and she pretty much smacks a dude and knocks him off a second story. Yeah, dude. In other words, that guy's not going to be in part 2.
No. I totally got a vibe from a super, super duper underrated film called Is it Legend of Tarzan? The latest one that came out?
Legend of Tarzan, the one with
that is that is a really, really good movie, and it just I don't know if people just got Tarzan fatigue or whatever, and it didn't do well, but I was totally I won't say every shot from this trailer, but a lot of the shots from the trailer reminded me of that movie, and it is very well shot. That's one thing that sticks out about that movie for sure. So. I totally got that vibe from watching this trailer.
Yeah. Now that pretty much sums up the trailer because we do see, like I said, we see a lot of stuff. We actually see the Wakandan Council and one dude with a plate in his mouth that matches the suit that he just got from Versace. Dude had a green plate in his mouth with a green suit with a yellow shirt. I'm like, dude, like, the suit was fresh. I ain't gonna lie, but. Bro,
that damn bowl in his lip. You know what? That it is off-putting and weird, but it's African, and I was very impressed to see that.
Yeah, I was impressed because at first I was like, okay, dude, come on, man, this is gonna be every stand-up comedian's line as soon as that movie come out. But then I thought about it, like, you know what? That actually is probably more real.
That is culture. I mean, that is some African culture there. Yeah. So they didn't pull back on that stuff. The bowl lip, man.
Yeah. if he's able to talk with that thing in his mouth,
I want to see if this brother can talk. That's what I want to see.
I think that's the one scene that a lot of people are looking forward to because I want to see him say something.
Is this dude actually gonna talk?
Is he gonna flip that? No. Is he gonna flip that mint roulade out his mouth
and slap himself in his own nose?
Yeah. So, but I'm not like I said. The suit was fresh though. That green suit was fresh.
Yeah, he was clean.
Yeah, he was clean like dude, like a deacon.
He's fresh as a tick.
Dude, like a deacon in church, but he was clean. But yeah, I like the images that we were seeing, and that's what I want to go into next. Okay, there's a reason, and I don't want to sound like I'm being non-understanding of certain people's opinions, but sometimes if you have an opinion about another culture or why another culture or why a gender feels a certain way about a movie, sometimes, and I mean this not in a confrontational way. I mean this in in as a sensitive way, as a sensitive way as I can. Sometimes you just need to shut the hell up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we gonna talk, or we're gonna have a conversation right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold back, but it's not gonna be from a place of animosity or anything like that.
Yeah.
We gonna have come from a place of understanding and hoping to help people who don't understand.
Yeah.
So you want to go ahead and start it? And
I'll let you start. I'll let you start. Now come in.
All right. Well, basically, like, you, dear white people, I love you. I do. My wife is Caucasian. She's she's part Asian as well, but a lot of her family are Caucasian, and there's just certain things they just don't understand. It's not ignorance, willful ignorance. It's just that they just don't understand certain things about Black people or other cultures because they are not used to them. They're not around us, so they don't understand these things. And sometimes Black people get frustrated with that, but I try to tell my brothers, yo, teach them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be upset. Teach them. So this is a teachable moment right here.
Mm-hmm.
As a Black kid growing up, especially in 80s, 90s when I grew up, we didn't have faces like mine, to look up to. And you might think it's trivial to have, some superhero character who's not a real person to be of color, but it is important for kids of all, ages and races to have somebody that looks like them. They can attach to. That is an important thing. That should not be trivialized. And I've heard some people say, well, you got Martin Luther King, you got all these heroes to look up to. That's fine. But you also have fictional. Is it fictional? Fictional is real, right? White people also have fictional heroes to look up to, but they also have non-fictional heroes to look up to. And I feel like Black people, we don't have that enough. Like we definitely don't have that in the superhero realm. We have, obviously we have Black superheroes. We have Black Panther for one, but we never see them in this realm as a big Hollywood movie, a big production, where everybody can see, and that is important to young Black kids. Like that, they need to have that. The same way, white people, they're used to having this stuff, so they don't think it's that important. They don't think it's that big of a deal because they see it everywhere. Television, you turn on the TV, they're always represented everywhere. But when you're Black, you're not represented everywhere all the time. So it is important to see, a Black superhero or a person, a good guy, that's saving people. That is a good thing for young Black kids to see. And in the capacity of, like I said, a big Hollywood movie, a big mainstream thing, because we don't have that mainstream audience as Black people, and to have that in this realm is an important thing. You should embrace that. You should be happy that people talk about that and want that type of diversity. That is a good thing. It's not bad. It's not taking anything away from you. You'll still have your Supermans and your Batmans and all your other mans. But it is cool to also have a brother man, a Black Panther, for people who don't see that all the time. So that's what I'm coming from, a place of hope and heart. It's not to be combative. It's just to try to help you understand. That's why I like to come from. So.
Yeah. And I'll let y'all know to say this. One of the most recognizable Black characters in Marvel is Luke Cage, and he's on Netflix.
Right.
He ain't. That's
important. That is an important thing.
I mean, his show. I love his show. It had its issues, but I love his show.
Right.
But to be honest, he's not going to get a movie.
No.
So and that show is not for kids.
No, it's not. Not at all. Most of those shows on there aren't.
It's not as bad as you might think it is, because they don't have a lot of gore shots or anything like that. But it is decidedly for adults.
Yeah, it's definitely adult content in there.
Yeah, it's definitely adult content. And the thing is, matter of fact, the reason why Nicholas Coppola's name is Nick Cage has to do with Luke Cage. It was one of his favorite comics, so he changed his last name to
Cage.
Look it up if you think I'm lying.
It's true.
because he didn't want to get
he liked himself some Luke Cage.
yeah. One of his favorite heroes, one of my favorite heroes, but he's not good. Like I said, he's not going to be on the movie, and I love the character, but he's not going to be on the movie. And that's, to me, that was a little bit disheartening when I heard that, you know, they're not going to be able to put them in, bring them in. But I understand why. Now, for Black Panther, and piggybacking off what you said, the way I see it is this: when we are represented in movies, what are Black people mostly represented as? And I'm finna name off some tropes. Y'all probably not gonna like it, but that's what the trope is. Okay, I'm sorry if you don't like me naming it like this, but that's what the trope is. And one of them is the mystical, magical Negro. I hate that trope because one,
the Legend of Bagger Vance, the Legend of Bagger Vance.
Yeah. Two, most of the times, if you think about what that person, how that character is, they just telling you stuff that's common freaking sense,
right? That everybody else seems to be completely oblivious to.
Yes. I hate that. Or we're slaves. Can't watch no more of those movies. People got mad at me because I didn't go see Birth of a Nation, but I already read.
I can't watch that. I can't watch it.
I can't. There's 12 Years a Slave, Birth of a Nation. I'm tired of seeing.
Yeah. I couldn't watch 12 Years a Slave. I'm sure it's a great movie. I just can't do it, and I just want people to understand that stuff still bothers Black people. You know, like
it's
that
not
stuff. Yeah,
it's not saying that okay, these are like bad movies, but the problem is. That's what we
bothers.
See.
Yeah, it bothers us to see our people in that light. You know what I'm saying? Like that, still to this day, 500 years later, it still bothers us to know that's what we came from. You know, it's hard for us to see that stuff even in a movie form. So when you get a guy like a Luke Cage, or you get a guy like Black Panther, who is doubly important because he's actually from Africa. He is a king, which you never see us represented as. One of my favorite movies as a kid, it was a TV film. It was a TV miniseries, I think, Shaka Zulu. Like I never saw the Black, the Black experience, the African experience from that era as a king or queen. It was always slavery stuff. And it's important for us to see that we came from kings and queens. Like that is important for Black kids, I think. You know, I know that's important.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of the richest kings of all time, Mansa Musa, Mali, that's in Africa.
That's right.
Makata, better known as the Queen of Sheba.
Yeah.
Ruled
and Caucasian folks, I love you. You shouldn't be threatened by that.
No.
You like we understand slavery, what happened. We're not doing this to make you upset. We're doing this to make us feel better about our situation, where we came from, our culture. And it is good to see us in this light. It's good for Black kids to see Black kings and queens who are superheroes on TV like that, on movie screens. That is a great thing.
And to not see them
push back from that.
And not to see them intellectually dumb. They're actually
smart, running things, technologically advanced. This is beautiful stuff.
Yeah. So you don't have to just think that, the only way I'm gonna be able to make it is as a rapper or athlete.
Exactly.
No, you can be whatever. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. See, that's why this is important to us.
Exactly. This helps society as a whole. This is good for society.
Because
not just the Black people or the Black experience. It's good for everybody to see this.
Because if more people see more positive images, then maybe you start understanding that, hey, maybe I don't have to be afraid of Tyrone. Maybe Tyrone just trying to make it just like everybody else.
Exactly. I don't have to be scared of him. You know, like
he's just going to the ATM just like me.
He's just like me. Yeah, exactly.
But if all you see is slave, thug, mystical, magical Negro.
And I think it's important, especially because most Black people or most white people in this country don't know Black people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in areas where we ain't around. We're mostly in cities. Let's just put it out there. We're mostly in cities. We're in the South pretty well, but we're mostly in big cities.
We either in cities or in the South. We in the country.
Right, we in the country, exactly. So if you're a white person, you don't experience us, and all you hear about us is this negative shit. Like that, is not, exactly. That's not how we want to be represented. This is how we want to be represented.
Yeah.
T'Challa.
Yeah, because when you start looking, and I'm not gonna lie, I am a card carrying member of the Geek Nerd Society.
Exactly.
I've been doing this since I was in 6th grade, so
hey, I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah, I knew about kings and queens of Africa and Egypt and all of that back then. So for me to see it, I'm like, dude, this is what needs to me, what needs to be seen, because if you start seeing it, more people start calming their nerves a little bit. You have people start saying, okay, you know what? I'm more than this, than what they say I am.
Right. Exactly.
Because it's easy for you to say, oh, this is just another generic movie when your favorite hero is Captain America, Batman.
It's just cultural appropriation. They're forcing this agenda. Like, it's not an agenda.
It's not an agenda.
This is how people actually are. This is how people of color actually are. We are kings and queens. We are. There's a lot of us that are really good people, and we want to make sure we're represented that way as well in media. That is a good thing. That's not something to push back from and be upset about. And same thing with Wonder Woman. Like we were talking off air before this. It's just like, yeah, it is important for girls. Yeah, it is important for girls to see a powerful, strong, independent superhero carry a film as a woman. Like, that is an important thing. Don't discredit that. Coming from your male, point of view, that is an important thing for women to see, for little girls to see. My daughter, she watched it's hard for her to watch a movie that lasts more than an hour and a half. She was enthralled by Wonder Woman, and I was just smiling ear to ear watching her watch this movie, because I knew that it empowered her. She's 5 years old, and she watched this movie, and she was like, I could be a superhero. I could be this important person. And that is important for kids. It's important for girls. It's important for Black children. It's important for white kids. It's important for everybody.
Yeah. So, diversity ain't a bad thing.
It's not.
Really
it's not a bad thing
to be afraid of either.
It's not.
I mean,
more diversity, the more of this ignorant racism bullcrap goes away.
Yep. And just to be honest, half of y'all complaining are gonna be in that theater right alongside.
I hope you are.
that opening weekend.
Yeah, so, yeah. This movie is going. This movie's going to do well, and you know why I know? Because the trailers, millions of views, mostly positive crap. Like
in 2 days, wasn't it?
Right. It was like, what was it over? Like, what did I see it after the couple days? It was over 10 million views or something.
Yeah, 10 million. One of the fastest viewed.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was teary-eyed seeing that. Like, that is, to me, that's important. That's why you have to understand this is important. It is important. It's it's political. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but it is important. It's an important step. We get past this, so we don't have to focus on it. So it won't be a big major thing 20 years from now that some Black guy is a superhero. That shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a big thing. No, but it is, because we don't have that. So let's get past that. Let's stop fighting it and let's get past it.
Because, like I said, it's a movie, and you're gonna watch it. You're gonna be right there, right alongside us. So you might as well just go on and just be like, you know what? I don't know why I'm hating. I know I'm gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I was in Wonder Woman too, so I don't know.
It looks like it's gonna be awesome
with the tiara on and the damn gauntlets. If I wanted to bring the power, I would have wore the dress, and then
that's the most important thing. That is a good movie. Don't watch it just because it's gonna be black and black people. I feel like it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good movie as well, because just seeing how it went in Civil War and the response that people gave in Civil War, that people were saying their two favorite characters from Civil War were Spidey and Black Panther.
All right.
So just going by that, I'm like, now you're gonna get a full movie.
Definitely mine.
Yeah. Now you're gonna get a full movie
for both. Actually,
for both. Come on, man. Best of both worlds, man. So that's the only thing I wanted to bring up, because I saw too many comments talking about, oh, this is just gonna be a generic movie, and unfortunately, I saw it from a lot of Caucasian people, And I tried to talk to a couple of them, and a couple of them just didn't seem to understand. And it wasn't like one of them actually. We had a good discussion. The other two, they didn't want to understand. They were just set in their ways.
I mean, we were talking about, me and my wife were talking about it today. There's at least 2% of people who ain't gonna care, ain't gonna come to your side, no matter what you say, no matter what you do. That's on the low end, 2% of people. That's 2% of the population is still millions and billions of people. So you're just not gonna get them on your side. But I looked at it as the overall people enjoyed it. They seemed to be very positive about it, and that's what I took away from it. It was very cool to see that. So, and I just want, like I said, my Caucasian brothers and sisters to realize that this is an important thing. You should not no push back against it. Like, let it happen. Enjoy it with us. It's not just for us; it's for you too. To get a better understanding.
Come on, have a good time. Now, I will say this: now, if you have never been to a black theater before, you might not want to make this one your first one.
Cause we're gonna be wild and you're gonna be able to hit nothing. We're gonna be very excited.
You're gonna see
one of us up on screen.
You're gonna see collard greens and cornbread and barbecue ribs. So just
I mean, there is propaganda, there is trash out there, propaganda like Red Tails. I'm just gonna throw it out there. That was propaganda trash. It was built about this black film that it was millions of dollars, big budget or whatever, but the movie was garbage. So that's what you shouldn't go watch. I believe you should go watch Black Panther though.
Because anytime, let's put it like this: anytime they keep trying to tell you how much the movie costs,
it's a bad thing. That is going to be
a justification for people to go watch it.
Right.
So, but like I said, I just want y'all to understand something. If you have never been to a black theater before, do not make Black Panther your first one, because it will scare you half to death.
If you used to be around a lot of black people watching a movie, it might be.
If you want to go do that.
I say go do it if you don't mind that.
If you really want to, if you say, you know what, I want to get the full black experience. I want to actually see how this goes down in a black theater. Please go see a horror movie first. That way you get a good idea of how your experience is gonna go. I'm just saying.
Look out! He got the knife. Oh, you dumbass!
Because you're gonna get color commentary
through the whole damn movie. I got color commentary. Famously watching the first Men in Black movie. Because I'll just say rotund African American woman who sat between me and my friend was very excited to see her babies. She called them her babies, Will Smith, on screen. That's my babies, the whole movie. And you know what? It made the movie better to me. Like, it made it a better experience. So
sometimes it can enhance the film.
Yes. I was a little annoyed at the beginning, but she was just so damn charming. I just enjoyed the movie better. But she was so excited to see her baby's Will Smith on screen.
Like when you go to see Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and somebody yells out, "Why is Anakin acting like Darth Ike Turner?" And the whole theater just loses.
Oh man.
So sometimes, hey, it works.
Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it may be annoying. But
Been there too.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, though, like I said, I really think this is going to be one of those great movies that hopefully opens the door. A lot of y'all say y'all want Static Shock.
Yeah, Static Shock. I see the comments all the damn time. Like, if you want Static Shock, you better take your ass to see Black Panther.
I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be like, harping on this, but the problem is Hollywood don't care about color. They care about money.
They care about they care about color. They care about green. That's the only color Hollywood care. People get all upset about Hollywood. They don't put black people in movies. They will put a million black people in one movie if they know it's gonna make money.
If they know it's gonna make some money.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So don't be upset about that.
Mm-mm.
You know,
But you have to
you
support
got to bring your ass out the house.
it. Yeah.
Stop pirating. Stop going to the DVD man.
Yeah. Stop going to the barbershop
You know what I'm saying? At
around
the
4
corner
o'clock
store.
on Friday.
Get your black behind up.
Yeah.
And go to the movie theater and support these damn movies.
Yeah.
And you'll see more of us.
Yeah, you'll see the stuff that you want to see. That goes for everybody. If you want to see something, I promise you, Hollywood will make it.
Yeah.
If they gonna see some return on their investment.
Yes. But the movie's got to be good. Like I said,
yeah,
Red Tails was garbage. I don't mind anybody for not going to see Red Tail. It was had nothing to do with color.
No,
George Lucas tried to make it because he was just trying to sell his damn movie.
Yeah.
He tried to make it about color and stuff. It was Hollywood wouldn't touch this movie because of black. It had nothing to do with black. That script was horrible.
That script was atrocious.
It was atrocious, and I hated that he tried to use that because it kind of set us back a little bit. Yeah. No, if the movie is good, excuse me, there was a lot of black people in what's the movie called? Glory.
Yeah. And
that movie did pretty well. It won all kind of Oscars. So it had nothing to do with the color. If people come out and support these movies, then they're going to happen, you know? Yeah. So it's about the green. That's the only color that matters in Hollywood, green.
And I will say this, much like Wonder Woman, this probably has nothing to do with it, but I'm glad they got Ryan Coogler.
Oh, yes. Like he's perfect. He was perfect.
Just like for Wonder Woman, I was glad they got Patty Jenkins because you get to see – I think it makes the movie better when you see it through their eyes. I just think.
There's some truth to that. I mean, that's not saying that a white person cannot do a African American film, because I thought Steven Spielberg did an amazing job with The Color Purple.
Oh yeah,
it can be done, but sometimes it can also be done by the brothers. We can also. Give you our experience from a better perspective.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. That's not an agenda being pushed. There's nothing wrong with Patty Jenkins directing Wonder Woman just because she's a woman. It's not about she's a talented director. She's a talented director. She's a better actor's director than Zack Snyder is.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like Zack Snyder's gender doesn't help him with Batman and Superman.
No, it don't.
It has nothing to do with gender. It's just the fact that she understands actors, and she brought more out of Wonder Woman than I thought I was going to see. I was very surprised.
Very surprised.
So it's not always about an agenda. Stop getting all riled up and thinking this is, politically correctness and all. It's not always that. Sometimes this is what needs to happen. This is the right person for the job.
And if you like Creed, I don't see why you would have a problem with this.
Exactly.
I mean, y'all know y'all love them boxing matches in Creed. Come on now.
Those were really well shot.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, I felt them punches.
I'm telling you, I haven't seen that visceral of cinematography in a fighting movie or boxing movie since Raging Bull, and that is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese is the guy. He's the man, one of the premier directors on the planet. So for me to say that, it's a big thing. I think Coogler, he really understood how to shoot the fighting scenes, and that is going to bode well for Black Panther for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm hoping, because honestly, I heard that the rumor was we weren't supposed to get this trailer until Comic-Con. To San Diego Comic-Con, but we got it early. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we get a full trailer at Comic-Con.
Yeah. I mean, this was a really good trailer. This wasn't your typical teaser.
Yeah.
This was like one of what you would think you'd see for a first trailer.
Yeah, and this was the teaser. So this is
the teaser. Yeah. Right. So you can imagine what's, still not shown.
Because I'm guessing this is the trailer they're gonna put on Spider-Man. That's what I'm guessing.
Yes.
So I'm hoping at San Diego Comic-Con we get a full trailer. They're supposed to be there. They're supposed to have a panel, a Black Panther panel, supposedly at Comic-Con this year.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're supposed to.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah, because they showed up last year and they hadn't even started on the movie.
Oh shoot!
Remember, because Michael B. Jordan was there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah,
was there, and Coogler was there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right.
And Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Mm-hmm.
who writes the comics. So, I mean, yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping we get like a full trailer, because sometimes they do that at Comic-Con. Like with Suicide Squad, they gave that first full trailer at Comic-Con, even though
Right.
the movie wasn't coming out till a year later.
Well, you know, people leak. You know,
Yeah.
you can't hide stuff these days, boy. People
Nah.
leak that stuff out, and then you just got to put something out.
Which is why they just go on and do it now.
Yeah, they just
Which,
go ahead
which
and
to
do it
me,
now.
I never understood that anyway. I'm like, all right, you're at Comic-Con, you're trying to show something special for the people that's there. You know somebody gonna leak it out. Just show it to everybody.
Well, I mean, you have to learn that. Like
Yeah.
you know, these, especially the corporate types, they don't realize that stuff. And it has to be, you know, they have to be slapped in the face a couple of times to realize, well, we can't hide this. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah, because you better be glad I don't work at Comic-Con. I'll be leaking whole episodes and getting away with it too. So at least I'm being honest about it. Some of y'all lie to y'all. Y'all be like, man, I would never. Yes, you would.
we got. Can I introduce our special guest right here, real quick? What did you feel about the Wonder Woman film?
Good.
Did you like it?
Uh-huh.
You enjoyed it a lot, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. That's my daughter right there.
See, first impressions, we love them.
First impressions right there.
That's right. Now y'all go see this movie, go see Wonder Woman, so we can get that Static Shock movie on DC side.
Please do. Please do.
Yes, people, I have ulterior motives.
We're going to go see it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
See, yeah, because I gotta go see mine a second time too, because I want to make sure I watch it. I want to make sure I watch it at least one more time before it leaves theaters.
At least one more time,
yeah, at least one more, because like I said, I enjoyed that movie, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Black Panther, I'm doing my part. I'm going Friday night with my coworkers. I'm going again Saturday night, and I may go Sunday night, depending on how I'm feeling.
It's going to be an event. What is it? There's a particular month that this film happens to fall in. You know what month that is, or
something called Black History?
Is it Black History Month? You think that's a coincidence, or I think it might be? It might be a coincidence. No.
No. I mean,
did the producers set that up, or?
I will say this though. I think Deadpool showed everybody like you can release a movie in that dead movie months.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why Deadpool had to show people that. I mean, I always thought that was.
I always thought that was smart too, but nobody ever did it though.
Nobody did it. It was afraid to.
They was afraid to. He did it, and they were like, "Shoot!"
But the thing, it never made any sense to me, because Steven Spielberg was the one who showed the summer blockbuster. He was the one that brought that. That wasn't a thing before Jaws. And then people just thought all of a sudden that's when you had to make your movie, put your movie out there, just because he did it. But there were movies that were doing pretty well in the other months before that. Yeah. But people just forgot that. You know, everybody wanted to run to the summer.
And remember, back in the 90s, Disney started with that first week of May being, because remember they used to do that
first week of May,
the animated films.
Yep. That is true.
That is true. Killing.
They're killing it.
So yeah, this one, and on top of that, it's February 16th. Guys, fellas, take your woman.
To me, it's like you got a really good film, right?
Yeah.
Would it matter? Why would you want to put it out when you know a bunch of other big movies are coming out?
I would.
Like, why wouldn't you put that out in a month where, you know, you got Hercules to go up again? Like, you want to put it out against, you know, less traffic, I would think.
I mean,
it's going to do well regardless what month. It doesn't make any sense. It never made sense to me.
Yeah, Lego Batman went up against 50 Shades Darker. Guess who won?
Guess who won?
And that's a Lego movie. Exactly. I rest my case.
Exactly.
So, I mean, people, I am so looking forward to this. I'm so hyped.
I'm ecstatic.
I hope that this opens the floodgates for everybody. I hope it does well. Like I said, I'm a fan of both Marvel and DC. I ain't one of those people that's either or. I love both of them. So
exactly,
I'm looking forward to it. I want both of them to get their movies right, and I'm so happy that Wonder Woman decided to turn off the Christopher Nolan and Zack Snyder dark filter.
Put some heart into it. It put some heart into it.
Yeah, put some heart into it.
I love the Zack Snyder films for what they are. You know, they're really good action, movies are shot well, but I was missing a little bit of the heart, and we got that back with Wonder Woman.
You're missing the heart and the sun.
and some sun and some colors, you know.
Yeah. But
It's okay to have some colors.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, it doesn't hurt nothing. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to learning more at Comic-Con because, like I said, I follow San Diego Comic-Con because that's when you learn a lot of stuff about what's coming out in the fall for like TVs and movies and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to just hearing that panel.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun
because they did shoot in Africa. They shot
on location
in Africa. Yeah, on location. So it wasn't like it was they were at a soundstage.
Right. I mean, obviously at a sound stage for some stuff, for some of the shots, but they shot on location, and a lot of people just don't do that anymore. That is a good thing. That is a great thing.
Because
not just for the film, but for wherever you're shooting, you're providing jobs to the local people. That is important stuff, man.
And from early, rough cut previews, people are like, shoot, they might as well go on to get ready for the sequel.
Get ready.
From the way people are talking,
Black Panther is cool as hell. He like you said, he was definitely one of the best things about Civil War, and I just wanted more of him. I loved it. Like his small impact was just so cool to see.
Yeah.
Like because you never know if you're gonna get these characters in films, and it was just so cool. Yeah, you just never know if it's going to work out. Even if you get them, you it might be a Catwoman situation. So you just never know. And to see the reception of people loved him, like you said, along with Spider-Man, obviously. Yeah. But Spider-Man was expected. You didn't expect it with Black Panther, and I was just happy to see that.
Yeah, I completely agree and concur. And let's like I said, let's keep hoping that both companies continue to cast well. Yes. Because I will give them that. They have been doing a good job with casting.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I can't lie about that. Now, sometimes the stories might suck, but they have been doing a good job.
The casting has been on point for both sides.
Casting has always been on point.
Yeah.
So that's not the problem.
Even when you think it's not on point, Gal Gadot, it was on point. Like she was the right person.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody else. I was whining and crying. I'm eating crow now. She was the right person. Yeah,
she handles it with grace, and I'm looking forward to seeing her in Justice League. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, so that's where it is. So, people, that's gonna be it for us. We might have to do one more Black Panther, just actually talking about the comic book because I know.
Yeah, we really get into that. So,
I want people to understand why, because I don't think people understand how smart and how rich Panther really, how T'Challa really is.
Yeah, we can talk more about Wakanda and all that stuff.
And I can bring out some stuff that y'all probably don't know, like why you do not run up on the Dora Milaje, even if you are a superpower being. It ain't going to end well for you.
Nope.
If you do that. But yeah, we'll have to set that up for later day. We might have to do that one we might do that one live.
Yeah, we can do that live. That's cool.
We might do that live one day. We'll let y'all know, of course, ahead of time. But that's it for this edition of Fresh Take. T, you got anything you want to pimp out?
No, I mean, I'm going to be doing some E3 coverage stuff, impressions and whatnot. So stay, tuned for that.
Okay. And I do plan on doing one more E3 wrap up type deal. And I'm going to be doing a discussion about the story demo for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because there's some things that I gotta get off my chest about that little story demo that I played. You can watch the full demo on the channel. I did not do commentary in it. I just played it straight through so everybody can see it. But I will be going back and doing a discussion about that because there were some things I just Capcom why. And we will catch you on the next vid. Peace out.
Peace.